All right. Good morning, everybody. Can you guys hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. All right. I see a nod. Good. All righty. So let's get started. Today, we are going to be going over neighborhood news. And I know that we cover this a lot of the times on Moxie Monday, but this really is a super great tool to utilize for agents. And it's a great way to make sure that the sphere is being utilized and kept in touch with. And it is also pretty simple to set up as well, which is always a plus. So we are going to obviously be starting from our Moxie platform. So I have here my Moxie page open. And then neighborhood news is found in Engage. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Engage up across the top bar. And there's two different ways that this can be set up. One is by a individual basis for an individual contact, and the other is by setting this up for essentially a larger group or a whole contact list. And I will show you guys how to do both of those things. And as I said, they are both relatively easy. So first, I'm going to navigate over to my People tab here across the dashboard for Engage. And when I do that, I want to go down to the second option where it says My People. This is going to open us up into our contact list, which, as we know, feeds over from our Google account, our G Suite. So any groups that you have made in G Suite or in Engage, they will talk to each other and feed over, which is super awesome. So now that we are here, I'm going to start by showing you guys how to set this up for an individual person, and then I will show you how to do the group option after. So the first thing we're going to do here is click into the person's profile or account that we do want to set up that neighborhood news for. I'm going to use my trusty example, and I'm going to click here into Angie's profile. And in order to set this up, we are going to look on this left-hand side option. And down towards the bottom, there's going to be a place where it says subscriptions. If there has been nothing set up, there won't be either of these options here. I just used her for a lot of examples, so she has some set up and she's about to get another one. So otherwise, you're going to go over to right across where it says Add. After we click here, it's going to give us two different options. One is going to be to set up listing announcements, which is the same process as setting up the neighborhood news. So if you are interested in doing that or getting agents linked on that, it's very easy here as well. Today, we're going to focus on the neighborhood news. Very simple, couple clicks here. If you want to view what a sample of the report is going to look like, you can click down at the bottom. It's just going to give you a brief little example of kind of what the page layout is, which is obviously always good to see. If you are, oh, I don't know what happened there. Go back in here, but always good to see an example of what you're going to be sending to people so you kind of know the layout and what they will be looking at when they receive it. So to actually set this subscription up, we're going to click this blue Add Subscription button in the top box. From here, you're going to have two options. The first is going to be a quick one, which is just going to go by a zip code or a postal code. And the second is going to be a custom, more targeted search. If you are setting this up for a group of people, or maybe someone who is just kind of in the lukewarm process, maybe they're kind of starting to look, but they aren't really super serious about it yet, they aren't positive where they want to be, the quick option is great. If you do have someone who is very dialed in on a specific area of town or, a general city, the custom targeted search does give you a little bit more criteria to play with. So first, I'm going to show you how to go in and do the quick one. So I'm going to click the Go button underneath that. And this is as easy as just entering in a zip code into this box in the top right. You can see here that this is going to allow you to edit the message that it's going to send on this first subscription. So you do have the ability to change that, personalize it if you would like to. And if this person is already set up on any other zip codes, You will see them down here. That way you're not duplicating. I'm gonna enter in, I'll do 49684. And you can see her email is already populated in here that it's gonna send to. And then all I would do is hit done. So now she will receive that in her inbox, and you will also be able to see in your profile, in her profile, in your Engage account, kind of any interaction that she is doing with that neighborhood news, if she's clicking on things, if she's opening them, all of that good stuff. So it is really good to get feedback on that. And then also just to show you guys kind of what that might look like. I obviously don't have access to Angie's inbox, but I can show you an example of what it does look like when you send it to someone. So this is just a test one that I had sent to myself. So the subject line that the individual will get will say neighborhood news for, and then whatever their name is. So this first screen that they will open in their inbox is just going to be kind of very basic information. And then you're going to see throughout it a couple places that say view more, view full report. And that is going to prompt them to actually open up the full report that will open in another tab. But this is kind of that quick snapshot here. If they are kind of a lukewarm person that they just kind of want to glance at, they can. However, if they do click this view full report button there in the center, it will open up into more of the kind of what the preview looked like that we saw. So you can see here there are some listings. They also include the map of where those listings are, which is very nice as well. And then just some general kind of trends in the market that you have selected, just good stats and all of that kind of stuff. And then, of course, as with everything that is sent out through Moxi, it is completely branded to you. So it will have your name, your headshot, your contact information, and then also will give them an opportunity to send you a message, which will come into your email inbox that is synced with Moxi as well. Another neat thing is if this is someone that you're setting up just kind of on a lukewarm search, they do have the ability to change the zip code. So say that I sent this out to Angie and she does not want to be looking at that specific area of Lake Ann. If she wants to change it, she has the ability to do so by clicking the edit zip button. She can then enter in whatever zip code she would like to, and then also check the save for future monthly reports and hit apply. And this would change it on your end. So you could see the more targeted area that they were looking at. And then also every report that they got from that month on would also be to that updated zip code. So it is nice. It's very interactive, gives a lot of good feedback to you as the agent as well. So that is kind of the process of setting up that quick one. Now I'm going to jump back so I can show you guys how to set up the custom as well. So I'm back in my Engage profile. I'm on her profile still, and I'm underneath where it says subscriptions. I'm going to hit add. And then I'm going to hit add subscription again in the neighborhood news box. And this time I'm going to show you a custom targeted search. So this page is going to look really familiar to you if you've ever accessed any of the Coldwell Banker websites. It's pretty much the same as the property search with the map. So this will allow you to either enter in a specific address, a city name. You can even do the feature where you draw on the map a specific radius, which my computer always somehow messes it up, but I will try it here. So I'm going to do a quick draw and just include a little bit larger of an area. And then once that is dialed in, I can also play with specific filters. So if I know that the client has a certain price range, I can put that information in. You can also change the bed and bath information. And then there is also property type and other filters as well that you can really dial in on what they might be looking for. So like I said, if you have an individual client that is very keened in and honed on what they would like to see and what they want to keep their eye on. This custom search is a great way to do that. Process for setting it up is going to be the same. Now that I have my filters where I want them, I'm going to hit the next button down here in the bottom right corner. It's showing that it's going to send it to Angie, which I would like. So I'm going to hit next again. And then again, it's just going to show you that kind of message that's going to come across when she receives that first one. You have the ability to change it to anything you would like to. I'm going to hit next again. And then this is just telling you that you created a custom report. It's still going to look the same as the other one. It's just going to be that more specific search criteria. And then I would just hit send to Angie. So pretty easy, and you know, two different options there based on the client type and where they kind of are with their process of looking or selling. So now I will show you guys how to add this and set it up for a larger group of individuals, which is just as easy. So I'm going to go back into up across the top, my people section, and then scroll down to where it says my people. That's going to open me back into my whole contacts list. Now, like I said, any groups or anything that you have in your G Suite account or in Engage, you can search up and pop them in here and use them for things like this or campaigns. So I'm going to use, for example, my 402 agents group. Now that I have that selected, it will only pull people that are in that group up on my list. And say I wanted to add all of them to a neighborhood news just for the city of Traverse City, just a basic one. I'm going to hit up at the top where it says select all. You can see all the check marks appear next to their names now. And then I'm going to go to the add to button that's just below the search bar. And it gives you a bunch of things that you have the option to add them to. I'm going to go to neighborhood news. And then again, we have the option to do a quick or a custom search. If you are doing a larger group of people and setting them up for a neighborhood news, I would always suggest doing a very basic zip code search. That way they can kind of see everything that's available and it's not too tailored. If you do have a large group of people, chances are pretty slim that they're all looking for the same thing. So kind of making sure that you know, all price ranges are included, all sizes of homes, and all of that stuff is really important. So if you are going to set up a neighborhood news for a group, I would do a quick, and the process is going to be the same for all of this as it was before for the individual person. So we need to enter in a zip code. I'm going to hit this enter same zip code for everyone button. And then I am going to enter in whatever that zip code is, and then hit the apply to all button. You can see it filled in that zip code for all of these people. And then at the very bottom, it is going to tell you if anyone is already subscribed to that specific neighborhood news area. So I'm going to take Angie out. Now that I did, you can see at the bottom that it is going to allow me to actually, wish that chat bubble would go away, but you can actually hit that subscribe button and it will set all of those people up for the neighborhood news right then. It's easy as that. And like I said, does not take much effort. And this is a great way to stay on top of your sphere, even if they're people that you have never worked with and aren't really sure if you ever will. This is a great way to just stay in contact with them and have that touch. That way, if they do ever end up wanting to sell or buy, they remember your name. They remember that they have gotten stuff from you, and they will hopefully want to utilize you as an agent to sell or buy a property for them. So that is all that I really had for you guys today. I don't see any questions that have come in while I've been training. Does anyone have any questions before we jump off? Alrighty, well, if no one has any questions, so nope, just a thank you. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time.